Yo, homies, check it out. Boom. I have this quad here to do a bunch of things to it to make it trail worthy. Sorry for the fan noise. It's hot as a. Never mind. First thing that I noticed. So it's got a gun rack on it right here. I don't want that. I put guns on my quads, but I make little racks to where it can fit like right here, to where I can quickly grab it in case I see something that needs to no longer exist. A rock or something, come on. So that needs to be taken off. But I also noticed ants. I don't know if y'all can see those, but there are teeny tiny ants in this quad. So I have some bug spray. I remember spraying off on ant beds as a kid and it did kill them, so gonna go with that. I don't have any like raid or anything, I don't think, but I don't even know how many there are, where they are, if there's a freaking bed or nest or whatever you want to call it in this quad. I don't know. But this thing is new to us. It is a four-wheel drive all of the time Honda Rancher 350cc single cylinder shaft drive. Not much more else I can say about it. 5-speed semi-auto, meaning it's an automatic clutch, a centrifugal clutch, but you shift through the gears 1 through 5, and obviously reverse as well. Has electric start, has pull start, so that's really good. Pull start needs some work. I'll show you. You pull it out, and it stays out. So that needs some work. These fenders need some work. The other side's even worse. The metal is broken, so that's gonna be fun. I think I'm gonna do without a lot of this stuff. I mean, with me, I go cheap. With all my projects, I go cheap. And free is that's about as cheap as you can get. So a lot of this stuff is just gonna be removed. These stupid lights, gone. The wiring to those stupid lights, gone. This switch, stupid. All right, that's ridiculous. Those are pointing all over the place, and they're not even that bright. We will get a big light bar and put it on there. But otherwise, just little stuff here and there all over the place. It needs TLC. That's all it needs. It's just tender love and care. And then it needs to get romped and stomped and ridden around on the farm. So. Forgot to mention, it also runs like trash. So there is a carburetor right here under the seat and under a bunch of other things, airbox, etc. But the guy that we got this from included a brand new carburetor. So instead of doing a rebuild kit or cleaning the carburetor, we're gonna swap it out. There's no reason to use an old one when we have a brand new one. So we'll do that. That's not the way I would have gone because I'm cheap. He bought a new carburetor. If we got new parts, we're gonna use them, right? So yeah, we'll do that later. Right now, I'm gonna get that thing off. Gun rack is gone. Need to address the ants. But in order to do that, I think I need to take this whole plastic off, which is not easy. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. We'll figure it out. So the carb, let me show y'all. Actually looks like it's gonna be pretty easy to get to. That is it. I do think we'll need to remove the airbox, but that is way closer than I thought, and this bar I don't think is going to get in our way. I think we'll be able to remove airbox and yank that out. What's cool about this quad is, and a lot of quads have this, but so intake is right here, the air goes that way, so it draws from this box. And what's awesome is the box has a hole right there, and so it not only draws from this box, but it draws from basically a snorkel that goes all the way up here. So let me see. It's gonna be somewhere like up here, but that means water can be like up to here, and you're not gonna get it in this airbox way down here, as long as all of your seals are in good shape. Which this thing is a 2003, so it should still be in good shape. But, I guess I'm gonna swap the carb. I didn't think I'd be doing that yet, but it needs to be done. Let's do it. A little worn out. That is in awful shape. Definitely need a new one. This is all just deteriorating. That's trash. We could run it with just this, but it won't run right. It'll be too lean. Yeah, buddy. So carburetor is very easy to get to, and it's time for that thing to come out. Okay, so we have fuel line, we have vent hoses, we have accelerator cable, choke cable, and I think that's it, but a bunch of things attached to this that we now have to take off, and then the carb should come right out because it's loose now. See? Choke. Oh good, it's stripped out. Luckily he gave us a new carb. Gah, very stripped out. Alright guys, so here's the new carb. Shiny, huh? And I'm assuming this is a primer, which would shoot fuel into up the jet before you start it, kind of like a choke, but I don't know why I would have that and a choke. So if you know Hondas, tell me what this is. Feels like a primer to me. I don't know what else it would be. It's cool though. Anyways, it does have its own fuel cutoff, electronic fuel cutoff switch, so I can just disconnect this one at the harness and go from there. Maybe. Ta-ta-ta-ta. Old carb out, and I don't know what to do with this thing because it's probably a good carb. Just needs cleaning and maybe a parts kit, but I don't know. For now, we don't need it. It's cool though. While I have all of this stuff off, I'm going to grease these cables up really good and hopefully get them working a little bit better. All right, so this is one of the parts that really sucks about projects. That is the coil for the pull start. I've got electric starter right here, and right there is the pull start on the side that wouldn't retract back in. So I could leave it and probably just electric start for the rest of this thing's life and never have a problem. However, if I ever needed to pull start it and I didn't go in and rebuild this thing, I'd be pissed off. So I think I'm going to take that off while I have all of the airbox and carburetor out and get that going. And I hope to not find anything else deeper that needs attention, because I'd like to not even have to do this, but gonna do it. I like pull start. All right, so I got the pull start out, and I was gonna show y'all what it's made of here. And I don't even know yet, like, how this thing operates. This is obviously a centrifugal, which is another fun fact we should talk about, centrifugal versus centripetal. But we'll do that on another day. God, there's so much stuff. It's gotta stay all... This is why I'm videoing it, actually, is not for your enjoyment, but so that I can get it back together. It's just like, it's all grimy, and I feel like when I pull this out, it's going to have a huge coil spring under it that goes everywhere. At least y'all will get to see it and laugh, right? All right, so I went with the cutting the knot method, and we'll see how that works. Okay, it is out, and this is not going crazy yet. Hey, there it went. I should have released a lot of the tension off of that spring so that it hopefully won't go into my eyeballs. Safety glasses would be recommended at this point. It is not coming out. While messing with it, I noticed a big dent here. I think I'm a good enough metal worker to be able to undent that, knock it back out, and that's probably what's putting pressure down here, making this hard to get out and also making it not recoil back in. Ta-ta-ta-tee. Ah. Look at all that rust. So yeah, we'll get in there with a wire brush or something, clean up that mess, and go from there. I don't know how I'm gonna recoil that thing. That's gonna be fun. All right, so cleaning did very well. And then I took a punch and a hammer, and I actually found more dents here. You see that? That's not dirt, that's dents, indentations, scratches. And it's better, it's not perfect, but the real bad one here, it doesn't look bad at all actually now. I'm hoping that I've got that one well rounded out, because that's what was contacting the pulley inside. So we will see now if this thing will go in, and actually I guess that kind of did the test right there. I'm pushing it against the back wall and there's no friction. So I think we're good. All right, so I graphited everything. I sanded down the spring as well a little bit to get the rust off of that. I'm now winding it and it's very scary, so I decided to turn the video on so that y'all could see me get hurt. You're welcome. All right, I'm trying a new tactic. I'm spooling it or coiling it in my hand, and then I'm gonna try to put it in there and then put the pulley on, I guess. It's got so much potential energy though. I'm about to get smacked in the face. And I wanna make sure I do it the right direction too, so. So this is upside down. It should be like this, I think. Yep. There's no way this is the right way to do this. There's got to be a tool for it. No. Got it. Yes. Okay, I think that actually might be the right way to do it. Worked pretty well. And then it shoots me in the eye. Okay, let's see if this will go on. Yes, guys, we're good. Sweet.
Now we can rebuild and go from there. Alright, I was just thinking, like, I might as well add a whole bunch more graphite while this thing is off. Why not? Can't have too much, right?
Okay, I put a lot of graphite on everything. I wire wheeled this thing, and I'm gonna graphite that again, actually. Why not? Graphite everywhere. Okay. Oh crap. I forgot to put the rope in, you know, the whole part of the pull start that matters. Ta 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 ta. I love it. So pull start took a long time, but I think these are super valuable for if you get stuck in the woods with no battery power or your starter's out, etc. There's lots of things that could happen to make your electric start not function. The button could fail. I don't know, I could go on. Wiring, it's always a problem. These are very simple, and so I like to have this as a backup. This one still doesn't work perfectly, but, well, it'll work perfectly, but it's still got some friction in there, so it may not last very long if that thing starts corroding or rusting again. what I should probably do is fill it with even more graphite, even though I put a bunch in there, and then just use this thing probably once every 6 months. Just use the pull start. If I do that, it will scrape off any surface rust and keep these edges smooth and to the right tolerances so that they're not binding and causing friction. So this is going back on, and then the new carburetor is going to go back on, and it's already getting kind of late. I don't know how much more I'm going to get done tonight, so let's try to get some done. They're scattered everywhere. Let's see if this works. Oh yeah, baby. Sweet. That's awesome. So we have a pull start now, in case we get stuck in the woods with no electric start. I feel like y'all don't value that as much as I do, but I really like that that's working now. We can go ahead with the carb work now and make y'all happy. Remember that screw that was all stripped out? Come on, come on, come on. Ta-ta-ta-tee, brand new one. So that'll be sweet. Hands might need a little cleaning. Alright. Oh, sweet. They gave us a new plunger and everything for the choke. I guess that makes sense, but I didn't think about that. That's awesome, because ours is crappy. Remember when I oiled it? Come on. Carb. Okay. Ooh, forgot a few things. One being fuel line, because I'm super smart. Okay, fuel line is on. These vent lines, not terribly important, but kind of important. Don't strip it, LOL. Alright, I'm putting the carb back in the intake now. Okay. Tighten that before I forget. So now airbox is going to go back in, and then we can freaking ride this thing tomorrow and tune it. If the carb needs any tuning, it may be fine. I'm not even going to put this filter back together or back on. It is garbage. I guess until I get an appropriate filter, I will put that on, but not this, because this is just crap waiting to float into the filter. This is actually not in bad shape. All right, I'll wrap this and zip tie it. I've done that before. That'll work. Tell me that's not pristine. All right, looks pretty bad, but it will work until I can afford a new filter for this thing. Nope, that ain't right. I should have recorded this the first time that I did it because it's pretty impressive. just know that it went exactly like this, not sarcastic. I filled it up with fuel. I turned the fuel on. I got on the bike and shook it a little bit, get fuel down in the carb. I looked for leakage, and then I went back inside, and then I came back outside, hoping that the bowl was filled up and that there wasn't fuel all over the ground. Turned the key on, and I thought, why not try the pull start? I haven't even tuned the carb. It's ready to ride. It's perfect. We made a good purchase. I got stuck. Then Dad came to rescue. You're so deep. So deep.